Good evening, my name is Svetozar. I'm back. Another class of English at Amilingo. It's kind of late. It's Monday, the first day of week. However, I really hope to see my students because today we will listen to an interesting podcast and we'll discuss useful vocabulary. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag beforehand, so just let's wait for students and start a class. So let me find the right document and files here. So who's there? Who's that? Who's that guy? His name is Bale. I don't know anything about him. Let's ask him who he is and where he comes from. Who are you, mister?
Hi, Svetozar.
Hello?
It's a start of the lesson with the topic introduction, or how is the topic today? What is the topic today?
Topic today is job interview.
Interview, okay.
Mm.
It's like
But
you
still,
hire me on a job, yes?
yeah,
Or
kind of. So, who are you, mister? And where do you
how?
come from? And what's
My
your
name is
position?
Mikhail, and and I want to work in your company.
You want to work for my company, I mean.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll discuss it later. Anyway, glad to see you again, and glad to see Valery. Hello to you. Valery?
Hello, Svetozar.
Okay, how are you feeling today?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm feeling well.
Yes, okay. How
How
was
are
your
you?
weekend? I'm fine, thank you. I guess there is a kind of a delay because so I ask you a question and then I just hear the answer. So I'm fine, thanks a lot. So well, I'm feeling good. Well, I've had class today, the first day of the week. I'm great. What about you? I mean, how was your weekend, Valery?
It went quite quietly. So
Ordinary. Nothing
we didn't manage to go to the park, but we strolled along Tverskoy Boulevard and to Patriarchy Ponds.
I see. Okay.
So it was a quiet family weekend.
I see. Okay. So do you feel rested after the weekend?
Yes, I do. I slept enough, watched a couple of horror films.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because at the weekend I'm able, not always, but I'm able to indulge myself in watching a couple of horror films
Okay.
or bloody thrillers. That's my, treat.
So
That's my treat for myself.
you are into horror movies, I see.
I am.
Great. Okay, good. Thank you. Alexander, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you feeling today after French class on Sunday evening?
I feel good. And you?
I'm great, thank you. So, and let's meet new other students, Evgeny and Ilya. I haven't seen them yet. So, Evgeny, good evening to you.
Good evening.
How are you feeling today?
I'm good, thank you.
Great. Well, yeah, I guess it's the first time I can see you at my class. So, where do you come from, Evgeny?
I'm from Zaporozhye.
Great. Okay, good. So, and how long have you been learning English? These are two typical.
It's my two lessons. It's my two lesson on this course.
My second lesson.
Second lesson. Yeah.
Oh, I mean at Amilingo.
At Amilingo. And I learn English from school.
Okay, you've been learning English since school. I see. Well, good. So nice to meet you. And welcome at my class. Ilya, hello to you.
Yep. Hello. Do you hear me? Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Yep. My name is Ilya, and I'm 18.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Kherson City. It's Ukraine.
Good. Good. Okay, nice to meet you as well. What about you, Ilya? How long have you been learning English?
I'm learning English since I was 6.
Okay.
So since school,
Okay.
and now I'm learning English in university.
At the university, good. So you can say, I've been learning English since 6. I've been learning it because you're still learning it. Yeah. So I've been learning English. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Good. So welcome at my class, and nice to meet you. So we got only men today, not women. Where is Althea, Mikhail? Where is Eva? Where are others? Seva and other students. Hope they will join our little company. Perhaps they are sleeping because it's done kind of late. Perhaps not. Anyway, today we have an interesting class. I hope it will be interesting. Well, we're gonna listen to a podcast dedicated to some vocabulary you can use in the office. So the first part actually is a kind of a series, audio series. So the first part will be about someone. I will not let the cat out of the bag. You will listen. You will tell me. But first, and here she goes, Althea. So hello, Althea. Althea, are you here?
Yeah.
So nice to see you again. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. So, how are you?
Not bad, thank you.
Okay.
What about you? How are you?
I'm great, thanks a lot. Well, actually, I was asking Mikhail already, where is Althea? Where is Luba? Because you're only men here. So, nice to see you. So, join our discussion. As I said, today we're going to discuss some useful vocabulary that you can use in the office. But first I will ask you some questions. Well, students come and leave. We have another student, so let's greet him. Pavel, hello to you.
Yes, hello.
Nice to meet you. Well, where do you come from?
I'm from Russia.
Sorry?
From Moscow.
Okay, from Moscow. Okay, good. And how long have you been learning English?
From child, but last time, 1 year, I think.
For a year, or last time you had for a year? Okay, good. So, you're welcome at my classes. Actually, join our little discussion. Today we're gonna talk about vocabulary that you can use in an office. Well, it will be a nice story. The first part of the story about someone who will do something. It's up to you to discover. But first, I'd like to ask you some questions. Just a second. Let me find the list of questions I prepared for you. Let's see. So there was English. Okay. So the first question. What do you think if you talk about job interview? Actually, we had a class dedicated to job interview the other day, and today we'll kind of continue this topic. So my first question is for Ilya. So Ilya, what do you think? What are the right things to be said at the job interview? The right things. How do you understand that? So what are the right things to be said at the job interview?
Oh, I don't know really, but
I think that the right.
Can you question?
Can I ask the question again? Yeah. So, what are the right things to be said at the interview? What should you say at the interview? So, what can be considered as right things when you are at the job interview?
Okay. I will say about my study, about my where I'm studying at, and
maybe your last working place.
Yep.
Place, not company when you work.
Don't interrupt, students. Okay. I will ask you. Have your turn. I can see that you are keen to answer. Good. Okay. So it's about studies. So you will say something about your studies. Mikhail has added just about your experience of the last place of work. Okay. Good. Thanks. What else can we say, Alexander? Studies, work experience. What else?
Age.
Okay, we are talking about the right things.
Right.
Is that important? something really like something that is considered the right things to be said at the interview. You mean the true aim?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the true aim. Like
Having judging.
sorry?
Having judging.
Having judging. What do you mean?
To be prisoner. No.
To say that you were in the prison.
You haven't
been judged. Okay, so you have to mention that you were an ex-prisoner. So that will help you to get the job. Good.
We shouldn't say this.
We shouldn't say this. Okay. What else? Shouldn't we say, or what should we say? Okay. So, well, thanks, Alexander. Pavel, what do you think? So, what should be mentioned at the job interview? What is considered to be a right thing to be said at the job interview?
You should explain your experience, of course, what you can do with more better.
You should mention your experience. Good.
And say why you can work. Why you better than another.
You should mention and tell why you are better than another person. Okay, another candidate. Good, thank you. Althea, another tip.
I or another one?
Yeah, Althea, another tip, please. Thank you, Pavel.
I think usually when you are going to give interview.
Oh, usually when you go.
When you go to take the interview, so am I right?
No, usually when you go to the job interview.
Yes, when you go to the job interview, usually the manager asks the first question. His question usually, why did you leave the last job?
Well, here, my question is, what is the right thing to be said? It's not about what the manager asks, but what you should say that should be, the right thing, and it will help you to get the job.
Oh. As said before, about your experience, about what is your profession, about your positive qualification. What do you have?
Features or qualifications?
Qualifications.
Positive qualifications. I've got, manager, I've got positive qualifications and negative ones. I've been, like Alexander said, I am an ex-prisoner. That is my negative qualification. Okay, positive qualities. Something like features of character or qualifications, experiences. Okay.
Experiences. I mean.
So you should point out your experiences, good ones, like positive. Okay, good.
Yes.
And Evgeny, could you add anything? Anything else?
I said why I want to work in that company.
So it is a good thing to ask, to say why you want to work for the company. Okay. To point out your motivation. Okay, good. And you define it all.
I think most important is to say about your experience and your results. If you made a good results, maybe
not good made. If you achieve good results.
Achieve. Good results. You need to say it to your employee.
If you didn't achieve any results,
you need to
lie. To say that
you imaginate it.
So you have to lie. I've got a lot of results. Actually, I don't, but let's lie a little bit. Why not? Okay. Thanks, guys, for your tips. I have just put down because I'm looking for a job. I'm fed up with you here, so I really need to get another. Joking. Okay, good. Now I will ask you a question. I have found, a list of questions that 15 most complicated interview questions and answers. So I will ask you the question. You will give me your answer, and then I will read out for you the piece of advice given by specialists. So what should be said and what shouldn't be said. So the first question is, why do you want to work in this industry? Not company, but industry. So why do you want to work in this industry? So Pavel, question for you. Why do you want to work in this industry? And imagine that you are at the job interview. So please, I'm all ears. I'm the manager.
So because I studied on this for this industries, and I have good knowledge about this, and I can I know all standards and sorry.
It's okay. Well, to be honest, Pavel, I cannot hear you very well. I mean, well, the sound isn't very good. I can hear, but not really good. Not very well.
Sorry, I cannot.
You don't have any. Okay, I will try to get actually what you say. So you said that you have good knowledge, not knowledge, okay? And you also had what else? So you studied to get knowledge, and you are the best of the best. Just take me, or leave me. Okay. Do you have anything to add, Pavel?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Let's just listen to what I will read to you. So the bad answer. So the question: why do you want to work in this industry? The bad answer. Something you shouldn't say. So here is the bad answer. I love to shop. Well, here it's about sales, maybe commerce, So I love to shop. Even as a kid, I spent hours flipping through catalogs. So it's a bad answer. You shouldn't say so. So the specialist says, don't just say you like it. Anyone can do that. Focus instead on your history with that particular industry, and if you can, tell a success story. Something that Mikhail said about some results, success, and so on. So don't just say that, well, I like this industry, it's very good, it's interesting, because anyone can say so. You have to focus on the personal history, on your story, and on the history of that industry you are interested in. And if it is possible, tell a success story. So here we got a good answer. I've always loved shopping, but my interest in marketing really started when I worked at the neighborhood boutique. I knew our clothes were amazing, but that we weren't marketing them properly. So I worked with management to come up with a marketing strategy that increased our sales by 25% in a year. It was great to be able to contribute positively to an industry I feel so passionate about, and to help promote a product I really believed in. So that is considered a good answer. Anyway, yeah, it's a kind of detailed and maybe complicated, but don't forget the main idea. Focus on the history of the industry, and if you can, tell a success story. Okay, good. Now let's pass to question number 2. And that question goes to, let's see, here's the question. Tell us about yourself. Well, it seems to be a really ordinary and simple question, but who knows? So tell us about yourself. That question goes to Evgeny. Evgeny, tell us about yourself. Well, don't forget, you are at the job interview, so tell us about yourself. You're welcome. Евгений?
Рассказывать про что?
Tell about yourself. You are at the job interview, so try to tell about yourself if you want to get the job. You want to get the job. Come on. Do your best.
I study in 105 school, and I finished Zaporozhye State University. I have 2 works before this, and I have much talent in this industry.
I have much, sorry, what?
Talents.
Talent.
In this industry.
Industry. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Well, the bad answer. I will first read the bad answer, and then we'll analyze yours. So, the bad answer here given. I graduated from 4 years ago from the University of Michigan. Looks similar to your story. I mean, the start with a bachelor in biology. But I decided that wasn't the right path for me, so I switched gears and got my first job, working in sales for a startup. Then I went on to work in marketing for a law firm. After that, I took a few months off to travel. Finally, I came back and worked in marketing again. And now, here I am, looking for a more challenging marketing role. So there is considered a bad answer. Why? The specialist says that instead of giving a chronological work history, focus on your strengths, like strong points, and how they pertain the role. So if possible, illustrate with examples. So it's not a good idea to give this chronological work history. You have to focus on your strong points and also illustrate them with examples. So here's the good answer. I'm really energetic and a great communicator. Working in sales for 2 years helped me build confidence and taught me the importance of customer loyalty. I have also got a track record of success. In my last role, I launched a company newsletter which helped us build on our exciting relationship and create new ones. Because of this, we ended up seeing a revenue increase of 10% over 2 years. I'm also really interested in how companies can use web tools to better market themselves, and would be committed to building on your exciting platform. Yes, it is a little bit complicated. It's difficult maybe for maybe you don't have this vocabulary to build your answer this way, but don't forget the main idea here. Don't tell us a chronological work history, but focus on your strengths and illustrate it with examples. Okay?
Svetozar, may I ask a question?
Sure, you're welcome, Ofia.
After you answer in this way, the specialist may ask you, why did you leave that job if you have such kind of success?
Yeah, of course. We will have. I will ask this question, and it will be for you, and you will give me the answer. Okay?
Yeah.
Because there is an answer in the list. The question in the list. Well, let's pass this number 3. That's actually number 4. So, why are you leaving your current role? Why are you leaving? Role here is like so. Why are you leaving your current role? Althea, question for you.
My question for me?
That's right, because you asked me the question, so it's evident that now it's up to you to answer.
Maybe I will answer
later. No, try to do it now, because you have a lot of things to do now. So why are you leaving your current role? Just try. You are at the job interview, so you need to get this job. You cannot miss the opportunity. It's now or never. Come on.
Maybe I'll say.
No, just don't say. Maybe I would say. Now you are at the job interview. Imagine. So just say, well, Go on. Come on.
Because the salary was too low.
I'm sorry, the salary was too low. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you understand, you shouldn't say so. Say something different. It's not a good answer, I guess, at the job interview.
Because I more like your company.
I'm sorry?
Because I more like your company.
Like more, or I prefer your company?
Yeah.
So you applied for the job and you left the previous one because you prefer our company. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's your answer. Now let's see the bad answer here in example. So the bad answer is as follows. I cannot. It's about while leaving. So why are you leaving your current role? I can't stand my boss or the work I'm doing. There is the bad answer. The piece of advice, the tip given by a specialist. Again and again, stay away from bad-mouthing your job or employer. To bad-mouth means to say bad things about your boss. To bad-mouth, okay? Bad-mouth. Clear? Is it clear what it means? To bad-mouth. I will just put it down for you. To bad-mouth someone. Means to say bad things about someone. So don't bad-mouth your previous job or your employer. Focus on the positive things. And here the good answer. I've learned a lot from my current role, but now I'm looking for a new challenge to broaden my horizons and to gain a new skill set I see the potential in this job. As you can see, the person just said that he or she wants a challenge. He or she wants to develop themselves somehow. So don't say about salary. Don't bad-mouth your previous job or employer. Focus on what you really want to get from this job. Challenge, another challenge, an opportunity of career growth, and that's it. Okay, Ofia?
Yeah, but if they... may I?
Sure.
One question. But if then they ask you if our company will board you in soon?
If our company, sorry?
If the manager asks you how long are you going to be with us? Maybe you also be so bored with us in our company?
Well, if I don't think the manager would ask it, but if he asked, you would.
He asked you.
You might say that I don't think so. I hope that your company will provide me with the possibility to grow and to have a constant growing. And if the manager, if an employer is interested in you as a candidate, he would give you a possibility to grow. That's it. So you have just to focus on your wish and on your purpose. So your purpose is to have such a possibility and to have this job growth and development, actually, personal and professional one. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Good. So let's go on. Well, another question. Let's just a second. Let me find it. Okay. So it was about why are you leaving your current role. Next question. What do you think of your previous boss? Let's ask Ilya. Ilya, are you here?
Yep.
Good. So, what do you think of your previous boss? Another question. You are at the job interview, so please answer.
He was a good man, and I don't say about her bad side. So I just tell about.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ilya. Don't say what you will say. Just imagine you are at the job interview. So and answer the manager's question. So, what do you think about your previous boss?
Okay. He was an interesting man. He was a good man, and he
He was.
He was very good in his profession, and he was not super boss, but good man. So.
Okay. Just a second. First thing, why do you say he was? Is he that?
Okay. Yep.
Well, when you left the job, left because so, I don't know. When we say he was, like makes think that he's not alive anymore. So he is alive, I guess. If well, okay, so still, I guess the direction is chosen correctly. You don't badmouth your boss, so I get this verb to badmouth. I guess you shouldn't say this, that he's not super boss. I guess it's something you shouldn't have said. But let's read the bad answer, the piece of advice, and the good answer. So the bad answer is as follows. So he was completely non-professional and a nightmare to work with, which is why I have moved on. What is a nightmare?
Кошмар.
Sorry?
Кошмар.
No Russian, please. English. Try to give me a definition, the explanation.
A nightmare is something which drives you crazy. Something you cannot put up with.
Okay, but
reconcile with something.
When do we usually face nightmares?
Have nightmares. So we have nightmares when we sleep.
That's it. Okay,
yes.
So a bad, horrible dream. But of course, it can be used in different situations, and it's something that we cannot put up with, and so on. So a nightmare is something terrible, a bad dream, like you wake up and you're happy that you have woken up because it was something terrible you were dreaming about. So here, the piece of advice given by a specialist. Remember, if you get the job, the person interviewing you will someday be your previous boss. The last thing they want is to hire someone who they know is going to badmouth them someday. Instead of trashing your former employer, stay positive and focus on what you learned from him, no matter how awful he really was. So, as I said, Ilya has chosen the right direction. He started saying that he was a nice guy and a nice man, and so on and so forth. So here, let's read the good answer to see how you should answer, or in which direction you should go answering this very question. So good answer. My last boss taught me the importance of time management. He didn't pull any punches and was extremely deadline driven. His no-nonsense attitude pushed me to work harder and to meet deadlines. Just a second. So his no-nonsense attitude, and to meet deadline I never even thought were possible. So here we can see that a person points out what he or she learned from the boss, especially about time management and meeting deadlines. So anything bad mentioned about the previous boss, just something you learned from him. So it's a good thing to be said about your previous boss. Okay, good. Let's continue. Well, we're living. So this question has been mentioned, and okay, let it be one more question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Actually, it's about something Althea asked. If the manager asks you, if we don't give you an opportunity to develop yourself and so on, what should I say? So here's the question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I would say there's a question that can be related a little bit to Althea's question. So when do you see yourself in 5 years? Valery, you are.
Well, I'm quite an ambitious person, and of course I'd like to develop myself as a manager and to get some new knowledge. And I like not only learning but teaching other people. So I'd like to build a team for myself and to work as a head of department. So that's my purpose, and that's where I see myself in 5 years' time.
Within our company or another one?
Well, I'd like to build a long-term relationship with your company, so I preferably will work for your company in 5 years' time, and I cherish a hope that your and maybe our company will become larger, and there will be an opportunity for me to build a new department for myself, which will contribute to the prosperity of our company. So I feel that I'm quite fit for this purpose, to gain this purpose, and I do hope that you will give me a chance to apply my knowledge in building such a department.
Okay, thanks. Great. Valeria, as usual, good. I mean, as usual, great. That's really nice answer, I guess. So let's read the first, the bad answer given here. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years? The bad answer follows: relaxing on a beach in Miami, or doing your job. So, these are two bad answers you shouldn't actually give to the manager. So, here is the piece of advice given by specialists. There is really no right answer, really no right, like, you know, you have to answer this way, not another way. So the specialist said there is really no right answer to this question. There can be different variants, but the interviewer wants to know that you are ambitious, actually that's something that Valerie has said, career-oriented, also been mentioned, and committed to a future with the company, and that is also has been mentioned. So instead of sharing your dream for early retirement or trying to be funny, give them an answer that illustrates your drive and commitment. And here's another example of the good answer. In 5 years, I'd like to have an even better understanding of this industry. Also, I really love working with people. Ultimately, I'd like to be in some type of managerial role at this company where I can use my people skills and industry knowledge to benefit the people working for me and the company as a whole. So I guess that Valeria's answer was just perfect, in my humble opinion. So because every point has been mentioned, that's good. Okay, so that'll do with question. There are other questions on the list, but now I'd like us to listen to a podcast, and interesting, a little bit funny as well, not difficult, I hope. Still useful, I hope, as well. So first, just let's listen to the podcast. Try to get well, as much as possible from it, and then I will send you perhaps the transcription, and we'll listen once again. You'll have a possibility to read it and read at the same time. So get ready to listen, please. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Good. So let's get started. But I would ask to switch off your microphone. Good. So let's get started.
Hold tight, please. This is Anna on a bus going to an interview for a job as a sales executive at Tip Top Trading, one of London's fastest growing companies. How are you feeling, Anna?
Oh, a little nervous, but I really want this job.
Well, don't worry, Anna. As long as you say the right things, you'll be fine.
The right things? Like what?
You need to sell yourself. Be confident, not arrogant, and give examples. Like, a good example that comes to mind, I'm particularly proud of, timekeeping is important to me.
Oh, right. Thanks. Perhaps you can come with me?
Sorry, Anna. You're on your own now, but we'll be listening in. Look, you've just arrived. Good luck.
So there's the introduction, just not all, just the first part. So how does Anna feel? Is she calm, relaxed, and self-confident? Pavel, switch on your microphone, please, first. So is Anna relaxed, confident? She's just another interview for her. She's used to it. How does she feel? How is she feeling, we can say, even?
How she's feeling?
For the job interview. She feels okay.
Routine based and nothing special. And
so sorry, she is. Can you repeat, please?
So it's, I
okay.
don't really understand this what she says, but I hope she.
I hope is.
I hope she is
fine. She's okay.
She's okay.
Okay. I see. Well, who's got another opinion? Althea, what can you say?
Unfortunately, I missed because I had some technical problems.
Okay. Well, so let's ask Evgeny. So, how is Anna feeling before the interview?
She is a little nervous.
She's a little nervous. Okay, that's right. Good. And what was the first piece of advice given by her friend, her advisor, personal advisor, Ilya?
Yep.
So what was the piece of advice, the first piece of advice given by her advisor, her friend?
She just, I don't know really.
Okay, well, Valery, could you help us?
I don't remember exactly which piece of advice was the first.
Okay.
He mentioned not to be arrogant. What else?
Not to be arrogant. Okay, that's right. To feel confident, I guess, and not to be arrogant. Okay, good. Now let's listen to the interview itself and try to remember the most details you can. Okay, let's get started.
Come in. Hello, I'm Paul, the manager of Tip Top Trading, and you must be.
It's Anna.
Yes, very good. Thanks for coming. Now, somewhere in this pile, I've got your CV.
Is that it there?
Oh yes, thanks Hannah. Your qualifications look impressive, but I was wondering what sales experience can you bring to our company?
I worked in a shop once.
Oh, Anna, sell yourself. Give a good example.
Oh, right. Well, a good example that comes to mind is when I was involved with a campaign to promote and sell a new range of clothes. I loved doing it, and it was...
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Here's your tea, Paul.
Oh, thanks, Denise. Now, Anna, it looks like you've achieved a lot during your time at university. Could you give me an example of good team working during your time there?
Sorry, I forgot the sugar.
Thank you, Denise.
So you want an example? I was the treasurer of the debating society at university. That was okay, I suppose.
Come on, Anna. Be more enthusiastic. The debating society is exciting.
I mean, I'm particularly proud of how I organized the finances for the debating society. We had a very small budget, and I had to make decisions on what to buy.
I like it. I'm particularly proud of. Positive, but not boasting. You're doing well.
Very impressive. So you're a good planner, Anna. We like organised people here. Oops, silly me. I seem to have spilt tea over your CV.
Oh, do you need some help?
Oh no, I'm sure it'll dry out. Carry on, please.
Also, timekeeping is important to me.
Timekeeping is important to me. That's good.
I always try. my work on time. University,
Just a second. I can hear the echo. Where does it come from? So someone has opened another tab. Good.
Evgeny should switch his microphone.
I'm sorry. Is it Valery? No, it's not. So, who is that? Come on. Someone has opened a tab. Guys, switch off your microphone. Okay, I'll do that like this. Okay, I guess that was Evgeny. I have found there. So Evgeny, you have opened 2 tabs, just closed one. Okay, and let's continue.
That was okay.
Evgeny, thank you. Just close one of the tabs and don't switch on the microphone, okay, when we listen, because it's disturbing, bothers others. You can hear some noise, echo. Okay, let's continue.
Of clothes. I love doing it, and it was...
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Here's your tea, Paul.
Oh, thanks, Denise. Now, Anna, it looks like you've achieved a lot during your time at university. Could you give me an example of good team working during your time there?
Sorry, I forgot the sugar.
Thank you, Denise.
So you want an example? I was the treasurer of the debating society at university. That was okay, I suppose.
Come on, Anna. Be more enthusiastic. The debating society is exciting.
I'm particularly proud of how I organized the finances for the debating society. We had a very small budget, and I had to make decisions on what to buy.
I like it. I'm particularly proud of. Positive, but not boasting. You're doing well.
Very impressive. So you're a good planner, Anna. We like organized people here. Oops, silly me. I seem to have spilt tea over your CV.
Oh, do you need some help?
Oh no, I'm sure it'll dry out. Carry on, please.
Also, timekeeping is important to me.
Timekeeping is important to me. That's good.
I always try to complete my work on time. At university, I never handed my assignments in late.
That's good to hear. We like punctuality here.
Excuse me, Paul. Sorry it's a bit late, but I thought you might like a biscuit with your tea.
Thanks. Oh, lovely custard creams. Now, Hannah, finally I wanted to ask you what exactly made you apply for this job at this company.
Oh, well, the reason I applied is...
Yes, Anna. Do you need a bit more time to think? What's she going to say? How would you answer that? Join us next time to find out. Before we go, here's a reminder of some of the great lines Anna's used today.
A good example that comes to mind, I'm particularly proud of. Timekeeping is important to me.
Until next time, bye-bye.
Okay, so we have listened to the whole interview. First, the question that was asked at the end of the interview. So, why did you apply for a job? What would you answer? Althea? Now switch on your microphones, please, and let me hear you. So, why did you apply for a job? And your answer is?
To be more qualified.
To get maybe new qualifications?
Yeah. I mean that.
To get new qualifications and?
In this area.
In this area, okay, good. Anything else? Ilya? What would your answer be? If you were Anna, what would you answer?
What answer?
I mean, if you were Anna at this interview we have just listened to, what would you answer? The question is, why did you apply for this job?
I think I said.
I would say.
I will say the things that said Anna too.
No, sorry, Ilya. So the last question was, why did you apply for the job? And Anna didn't know what to answer. So at the end she was saying, well, she doesn't know what to answer. So what would you answer to this question?
I think if Anna can't answer on this question,
but it's just you know, it's a kind of exercise, you know, for you. So if you were at the job interview and the manager asked you a question, why did you apply for a job? Why do you want this job? What would be your answer?
Because I'm maybe profi in this job, and I'm interested about this job.
Interested
in this job. Yep.
Okay. So you are interested in your job. Okay. Anything else? Okay, Pavel.
Because I love this job.
Come on, guys, you didn't follow pieces of advice we mentioned, we read at the beginning. Everyone can say, it's interesting, I like it. Well, Althea has said that I want to get new qualifications. I think it's a good start. But to say it's interesting or I like it, I love it, it's not enough, because that won't help you to get the job you want, if you really want to get it, of course. What else can be said?
Maybe I want to grow up in your company.
Okay, I'd like to have a professional growth in your company. Possible, why not? Valery, can you add anything else, please?
Well, I like having challenges, and I think that I've done my best in my previous company, so I'd like to have some new challenges, and I think that your company is able to offer me such challenges.
Good, that's good. So what is a challenge? Perhaps someone doesn't know what challenge is. What is a challenge?
Challenge is a difficult but interesting task.
Can you give any other examples of challenges? Just difference here. It's not obligatory job.
About ice bucket challenge.
Okay, ice bucket challenge. Yeah. Well, something I really don't understand, but okay, it's another topic. Okay, so
neither do I.
Okay, so ice bucket challenge. Well, that's just one of example, perhaps. Good. So now, what have you understood from what you have heard? I mean, Anna, what did you say about her qualifications, about her job experience, about her qualities? Do you remember anything, Althea? No, you don't. Okay, once again, I will. Maybe I didn't give you this piece of advice, but I'd like to do it now. When listening to any podcast, any audio files, just anything, especially if it's rather long, I do recommend you to have a kind of a copybook or something and take notes when listening, because it's impossible to keep everything in mind, of course, especially if it's long. So when listening, just take some notes, the key ideas, some key words. After that, when discussing, that will help you to remember. You just have a glance at your notes, and it will help you to refresh everything in your mind, okay? So just next time, everyone, when listening to any podcast or audios, please to follow this recommendation of mine. Okay, good. So now I will send you the link. You will have a possibility to read it. I mean, to read the transcription and listen. And we'll listen once again. Just a second, please. Let me send you the link. Here it goes. Okay. So can you see the link? So please click on the link. Get the file downloaded on your computer, on your laptop, on anything, on everything, actually, whatever you use, and get ready to listen once again. Just listen, and you will follow. That will help you to understand better the podcast. So, are you ready to listen?
Yeah.
Good, guys. Pavel, Ilya.
Yep.
You're ready. Good, Mikhail. I hope so. He is ready too. So let's get started.
Hold tight, please. This is Anna on a bus going to an interview for a job as a sales executive at Tip Top Trading, one of London's fastest growing companies. How are you feeling, Anna?
Oh, a little nervous, but I really want this job.
Well, don't worry, Anna. As long as you say the right things, you'll be fine.
The right things? Like what?
You need to sell yourself. Be confident, not arrogant, and give examples. Like, a good example that comes to mind, I'm particularly proud of, timekeeping is important to me.
Oh, right. Thanks. Perhaps you can come with me?
Sorry, Anna. You're on your own now, but we'll be listening in. Look, you've just arrived. Good luck.
Come in. Hello, I'm Paul, the manager of Tip Top Trading. And you must be...
It's Anna.
Yes, very good. Thanks for coming. Now, somewhere in this pile, I've got your CV.
Is that it there?
Oh, yes. Thanks, Hannah. Your qualifications look impressive, but I was wondering what sales experience can you bring to our company?
I worked in a shop once.
Oh, Anna, sell yourself. Give a good example.
Oh, right. Well, a good example that comes to mind is when I was involved with a campaign to promote and sell a new range of clothes. I loved doing it, and it was...
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Here's your tea, Paul.
Oh, thanks, Denise. Now, Anna, it looks like you've achieved a lot during your time at university. Could you give me an example of good team working during your time there?
Sorry, I forgot the sugar.
Thank you, Denise.
So you want an example? I was the treasurer of the debating society at university. That was okay, I suppose.
Come on, Anna. Be more enthusiastic. The debating society is exciting.
I mean, I'm particularly proud of how I organized the finances for the debating society. We had a very small budget, and I had to make decisions on what to buy.
I like it. I'm particularly proud of. Positive, but not boasting. You're doing well.
Very impressive. So you're a good planner, Anna. We like organized people here. Oops, silly me. I seem to have spilt tea over your CV.
Oh, do you need some help?
Oh, no, I'm sure it'll dry out. Carry on, please.
Also, timekeeping is important to me.
Timekeeping is important to me. That's good.
I always try to complete my work on time. At university, I never handed my assignments in late.
That's good to hear. We like punctuality here.
Excuse me, Paul. Sorry, it's a bit late, but I thought you might like a biscuit with your tea.
Thanks. Oh, lovely custard creams. No. Hannah, finally I wanted to ask you what exactly made you apply for this job at this company.
Oh, well, the reason I applied is...
Yes, Anna. Do you need a bit more time What's she going to say? How would you answer that? Join us next time to find out. Before we go, here's a reminder of some of the great lines Anna's used today.
A good example that comes to mind, I'm particularly proud of. Timekeeping is important to me.
Until next time, bye-bye.
Okay, so I hope now you had a possibility, and actually you have understood more than you did the first time. So at the end, you see there's like a recover of like the keywords and expressions used by Anna at the job interview. And I wanted to ask what I wanted to ask. I want to ask a question about the manager. So, what do you think about the manager, the personality of the manager? Is he a good manager? Well, if yes, why? If not, why? So, Pavel, what do you think? Is the manager who is interviewing Anna in this podcast a good person? I mean, a good, not person, but a good specialist, I would say. Or not?
I think good, yes. He is a good communicator.
He's a good communicator, okay.
And
is he a well-organized person? Is he a well-organized person?
Yes. I think he is organized, and he is...
the manager. The manager is a well-organized person.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Who agrees with Pavel? Who disagrees with Pavel?
I disagree.
You disagree.
I agree.
Why do you disagree?
Okay. Alfie, go.
Okay, go on, Alfie.
I disagree because when the first of all, manager must be more seriously.
More serious.
More serious, yes.
Why do you consider him as not serious person?
Because his interview takes about 5 minutes, and between these 5 minutes, his secretary, or how can I say?
Secretary?
Yeah, interrupt them.
Interrupts
about 1,000 times.
She interrupts them all the time. Okay. What are the? How does she do that, Ilya? How does the secretary interrupt them? In which way does she do that?
I don't know, because maybe she's about secretary. Yep.
Yeah. Well, the question is about the secretary. So, how does she interrupt them? I mean, how does she do that? During the interview, she interferes, she interrupts. So, how does she do that?
She goes with the tea and with the
cake, or comes in
with the tea, with the cake, and then she comes in with the sugar and
good.
So.
Okay, thank you. Another example of another proof that the manager isn't very well organized. Valerie.
Well, yeah. First of all, I agree that the manager was behaving unceremoniously and quite rudely to Anna, chewing and eating those cakes. So it was
awful.
Bad manner, on his part. But as for other teachers,
he didn't even offer any tea to Anna.
Yeah, that's right.
He could have offered at least some tea to Anna, but he didn't. He was just eating, chewing, as you said, and drinking and asking questions. Okay. Any other examples? How he's been, I don't know, not very well organized at the beginning of the interview, when Anna just entered the office.
He didn't know about who comes to him.
Yeah, he didn't know who came. So he asked. He actually, even when he heard the name Anna, he couldn't find her resume, her CV. And during the interview, he was always mispronouncing her name. Hanna, Anna, then there will be Annabella later, and so on and so forth. So he forgets her name all the time. Good. Okay. So still, Anna is doing well. The interview is not finished yet. It's just the first part. Next time, next class. I mean, today is what day is it today? Tuesday.
Monday.
Monday.
As you can see, a little bit tired, me too. So next Monday we'll have another class dedicated to this very topic, and we'll listen to the second part of this podcast. So we'll see how Anna will behave, and how actually the manager and the secretary will behave as well. So still, don't forget about these tips, these pieces of advice about what you should say. Well, we can say, by the way, that the manager maybe isn't very well organized, but does he ask the right questions at the job interview? Pavel, what do you think? Your microphone is off. So does the manager ask the right questions as a manager at a sales company?
What do you mean, right questions?
The right question means that is he a qualified manager? Despite the fact that he is not very well organized and not very, maybe, polite man. However, does he ask the right questions? The questions that should be asked at the job interview?
Difficult to understand.
Difficult to understand. Okay, who can help us? Althea, what do you think?
First of all, it seems to me that the manager.
So, is he a qualified manager? I mean, does he ask the questions that a manager, another qualified manager, would ask at the interview?
Maybe he asks the good questions, but he doesn't listen at the end. He asked the question, but they didn't listen for his question.
He's not very attentive. He doesn't listen carefully to the answer. Well, I would disagree with you. He listens to what you answer. Even eating, drinking tea, chewing, and well, doing this kind of stuff. So I think he is rather attentive. I guess so.
He asked one question, but he didn't get the answer. And then if I'm not mistaken, they turned to another question after the interrupting.
Okay.
One time.
Okay. See, Valery, what do you think?
I think that the interviewer didn't ask some proper questions, like why are you leaving your current company?
Well, just a second. Sorry for interrupting. Well, it's just the beginning of the interview. And I mean, among the questions he has asked, are these questions okay or not? I mean,
frankly speaking, I don't remember the questions he asked. Frankly speaking.
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
It's a pity.
Well, okay, I see. Well, if you don't remember, so if you have some time, or maybe later or another day, just read through the questions he asked, and well, then we will continue this discussion. Anyway, we'll have another class like dedicated to this podcast. So anyway, thanks for coming and participating at the class. Well, here are just four people left. The four heroes. Ilya has just left, so thanks for coming, everyone, and I was glad to meet everyone. So have a nice evening as well. Stay tight, and hope to see you next time at class tomorrow and other days. So, and don't forget these tips. And actually, the files I sent to you, try to work them. I mean, at home when you have some free time. Take some keywords, vocabulary, expressions, and then try to use them in your speech. I just don't want them, just to be read, to be listened to, and then forgotten. Try to use them, okay? In your daily life, and sometimes when it's useful. Okay, so bye for now, and hope to see you next time. So goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.